Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live, Power Spectrum Internet. I'm here, you're there, right now. Now, this video is really going to be about insight of what people are thinking. Not myself included, though. Myself included as well right now. With this live broadcast pre-recorded later on for you guys' viewing pleasure. There's many videos on here about other people talking right here or down here about people talking about the same subject I'm talking about. YouTube algorithms try to keep it together like that together. So if I talk about something like Halo Infinite and Xbox, my fears or worries, it should be with other or I'll recommend videos down here, up here, or around somewhere. I'll click on those after you watch mine or half watch mine when I do. You get your own opinion and maybe make your own video about it. But this video is I'm worried about the state of new IPs that Microsoft can come into. Mostly right now, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Wolfenstein, many other games they've gotten themselves into. Fear, I do believe Fear is part of Fear as well. These games here, these new IPs have been around for a while, but now they're under the blanket of Xbox. They're in the Xbox ecosystem. And that doesn't bother me as a gamer for sure, because I can play them on Game Pass on PC when damn thing wants to work. The Xbox app is trash, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. Xbox app on PC is trash. I mean, it's literally, I have to literally almost uninstall them and just get games run. I bought, some games off of on Steam, like Star Wars Empire Fall, or Fallen Empire. I bought that. I tried to play it on my Xbox Game Pass subscription. It doesn't really work. I mean, literally, it has trouble. So I bought it off Steam, and it didn't work perfectly fine. So it has to do something with the damn app. Microsoft, if you're watching this from care, fix your app. It's good all around. You have tons of games. So I do always say buy games at GameStop, Game Pass Ultimate. It's a better deal. Game Pass, also good. And EA Play, even though I'm not really a fan of EA. But they made a good one with Star Wars Shadow Fallen Order. My acquisition of Bethesda and soon to be Activision does play a little fear into myself and many other people. Gamers, in the sense that we have this notion that Microsoft is going to do something stupid with said game. And before you start fanboyism and start running around screaming and saying how we're not Xbox fanboys or whatever the hell that's supposed to be, understandable one thing though, I play games longer than most of you been on this planet. That being said, though, what is the gripe I'm saying? You must be saying, Mark, Price 169, is there a damn freaking end game to this rendezvous conversation through the woods here we're going through, or is it going to keep on wandering through the woods? Halo Infinite. We all played it. We all had a honeymoon on it. I played it for all about maybe a day or two before my damn game got corrupted and it wouldn't load. That's another thing with the Xbox app in these games. There's bugs all over the place. I heard about this bug that causes a game not to load, especially on the Xbox app. With the studios, probably knew about this crap, but they rushed the game out. Why am I saying this stuff? I'm saying this because there is concrete proof to believe that Microsoft is gonna force these other companies now that Xbox is under, Phil Spencer CEO, is gonna be forced, or force them, or be forced to demand that these companies, these new acquisitions now, pump out like Halo. Make a Halo type of game. Rush it out, patch it later on. If you've been playing game one period of time, you know that the Halo Master Chief Collection came out about 5-6 years ago. You also know now they're releasing updates of microtransactions right now in a 5 to 7-year-old or 8-year-old game. That being said, though, Halo Infinite has so little replay value that in the update they're getting, Battle Pack update, to only 2 new maps. I think one was Big Team, one's Blue Note. Forge Theater, I think, has been released or is going to be released in a beta. Split Screen still hasn't come out yet. Okay. Split Screen still hasn't come out yet. There's no real end game to when this damn thing's going to be 100% complete. And the Steam counts are so bad, they're about 5,000. They went from 100, 200,000 at peak, first brand new game smell, down to 5,000 players. Maybe in a month, about 10,000 a month. When they go do new challenges or whatever. But it's slowly dwindling off. People are getting tired of Halo Infinite. They're tired of the brokenness. The game looks gorgeous. When I played it on my gaming rig, it looked great. I didn't play it on the Xbox One X. I played it on a game PC. My Xbox One X is for YouTube Premium, and my wrestling stuff on Peacock on wrestling. There's my Money to Make ladder match coming up this Saturday. I'm gonna watch that one live. But that being said, though, this is what is being done. They're taking this game, and slowly feeding us. At 3 months, it'd be 6 months now. Half a year. Started March 3rd, going to end November 7th. That's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Maybe a little beginning of October, maybe we'll get April. By the end of April, beginning of probably last week of March, or even May, June, July, August, October, November. That's 7 months. Either way, look at it, though, it doesn't matter. They're taking the game and taking said game and making it drag longer so people will still come back to it. When you're a 5,000 player count on Steam, you've lost well over 90%, almost 95% of your player base. All because 343 Studios rushed the game because Microsoft couldn't chill. They learned nothing from Microsoft Master Chief Collection. They learned nothing from that. They learned the cluster F that was. It took about 2 or 3 years to get that game fully operational. But I bought the game on the original Xbox One when it came out with the Connectless Xbox One. I bought that with Titanfall and other game like I mentioned before. But I also bought the game for Halo. I want to play Halo Friends again. Also, we love the game and better graphic fidelity. Of course, that was a cluster F of a mess because what happened was I paused and had Halo 2, and damn screen goes black. I still hear grunts throwing grenades. I'm still shooting at them, but I can't see them. Or I'm playing Halo 3, my campaign, or your Halo Master Collection needs an update. Then it doesn't give you a chance to pause and save it. It just immediately deletes what I did and then goes to the stupid damn upload screen. Update screen. So pretty much have nothing to go for. Okay? And I'm pissed off because now I'm wasting time with this game. It finally gets fixed. I'm playing it. And now they want to add microtransactions. You're like, why? It seems like Microsoft is trying to do what all the companies are doing, but do it at one time and blow themselves away in the foot. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and they turn around and blowing the brains out at the same time. What bothers me the most about this is Microsoft has all these other IPs and companies it has bought or going to buy, and all they can do for my Halo Infinite is a coat of paint and maybe 2 new maps and some new crap. Do we mean that? Are we nothing to them? Is that what it is? Are we nothing to you, Microsoft, Xbox? Are we? Do we mean nothing to you? Are we just jokes? Is that what it is? Because it's going to be free on Game Pass, so don't worry about it, right? This is what bothers me about the acquisitions that they did. I talked about this about maybe half a year ago when he found out a year ago that Bethesda sold themselves to Microsoft and Xbox. I said, be careful with Halo Infinite coming out. You don't want this Halo game to be crap, because then you could guarantee you're going to have other games that Microsoft going to have, like Doom and Doom and Doom and Wolfenstein, games like that now under their control. That now, may get rushed, just to get rushed. And that's sad. Because now it's going to take good games like Doom and Wolfenstein, it's going to neuter them. You can make it more Halo-like, even though Halo's a Doom clone. But that's what I'm worried about it, man. I know I'm going to worry about this. People in this place are worried about it too. That the state of Xbox right now, and all they showed was a bunch of trailers of games that we already know coming out. Show us the good stuff, Xbox, or go home. Don't waste our time, drag us out of our good, comfy beds for an early press conference, late press conference, whatever you guys doing. You love that. To show us screenshots or videos of games that we know you have that already know coming out. I don't care about, other half the games on the stupid presentation or showcase. All I know is how much you're gonna neuter Doom and Wolfenstein to make it more Halo-like. I'm surprised why they haven't launched their Gears of War yet. Just to milk that into the ground, to drive that into the ground and milk it dry. It's just one of those things, guys. That really bothers me. And if it doesn't bother you, then A, you're not human, or B, you're just an Xbox fanboy with his head or her head shoved up Xbox's ass. And that's wrong, because all you're doing is penalizing yourself, but also other gamers around you that actually might like Xbox more than just a piece of plastic or a damn emblem. I want to play those games, but I'm not going to play those games if they're going to be more like Halo Infinite, where it doesn't load on my SSD. I can't get it fully loaded if I wanted to. It doesn't want to work. Hell, I'd probably buy it on Steam and probably get a better experience out of it. At least it works on there. I guarantee that Star Wars Fallen Empire or Fallen Order will probably work better on the Steam on my SSD than it would do it on the Xbox Game Pass app. Xbox app I download to my SSD. All because Microsoft has to try to save a couple cents. They're trying to save they're trying to save they're trying to spend $1 to save a dime. No wonder why people are mad at them. Granted, I'd still say it's a great service. But I'm not going to sit there and toot their horn when they sit there and say, well, we have the best games in the world, when Halo Infinite is pretty much dead in the water. People don't come back to it anymore. Microsoft, Xbox. It's probably a reason why. They're playing other games, or they just giving up on the Microsoft completely. If you're a PC gamer like I am, you just giving up on this game completely. You just stop worrying about it. You stop playing it. or you can't play it at all in my case because then they won't download to my damn SSD or anything else. So I do think it's a very beautiful game. It is a lot better than it looked first time, but you can't slap a coat of paint on something and go sell it. No, if you know you can't you can't take a used car, okay, and and take out the engine and take out the seats and seat belts and steering wheel and transmission and put a slap coat of paint. Oh, it's brand new. Well, it's a new used car. It looks better than it did before, but it doesn't have the engine. It doesn't have the seat belts. It doesn't have the seats. It doesn't have transmission, steering wheel. You kind of need those things. Same with games like Halo and games like that. You need stuff like this. You need to have wild world, edge, edge your seat action. You need to have great multiplayer maps. You need to have the best stories. You need to have forts where you can make your own maps. Because every map on the Halo 3, I remember when I played Halo 3 a lot. When I was in a gaming community, or I was also in college and working full time. The best thing you can do have those fort maps that other players make, and maps, and some of them be custom games, and some are just wacky craziness. Some have moving parts, exploding parts, and it's pretty cool. And even Bungie, when they actually owned it, allowed a lot of maps. Some of the maps to be put in rotation because they're so good. Try anything. Make your own map. I don't care if it's just a wall in the middle of sand trap. Something. You make a game and you do stuff. You lobby grenade agent or whatever. Play like a version of Battleship or whatever. I mean, I seen the weird stuff on there. That was pretty cool. You don't get that in Infinite because it's not there. Because Forge is not there. It'd be an open beta testing. It means, in other words, it means they haven't figured out what's wrong with anything yet. They're going to keep spoon feeding us a little small teaspoon at a time. Now, granted, this game is nowhere near the 2042's cluster F of a mess. That game should be sent back to blend on fire and sent back to hell because that game is garbage. Okay, I've spent $90 on a game that you can't even play. Most cases won't even demo freaking load. So I'm done with that one. Hit detection was so bad that I pump around somebody and they stare at me, shoot when I'm dead. And vice versa, right? So I think I went off topic with Battlefield, a different company, but it seems like these companies they think we're stupid. We're gamers, we stick our finger in our nose and go, we don't know anything. They don't know like me. I've been working my job for 17 plus years. I have a good nice house, nice car. I go pay my own bills. I'm educated enough to do that. I ain't that stupid. But yeah, I mean, for every good person, you got a bunch of fanboys who are going to be morphing into action and threatening to fireball my house. Going to talk about the precious Xbox Halo. They cared about Sunset Overdrive from Insomniac about 10 years ago. A little less than that. Maybe they would have other games on there instead of having games just like Halo, broken down Halo and Gears of War. Because they didn't give a crap about taking the Sunset Overdrive and embracing it. Insomniac, went back to Sony, and they could re-release that game under Sony, and they could do it because they own the license to the game. So I'm telling you, folks, this scares me a little bit because Microsoft's buying stuff, like Walt Disney, like Disney's buying everything they can get their hands on, and that's fine. They're grabbing things with both hands, and I understand that. But they need to be a little more cautious and a little more understanding that you can't pop out games like Halo. You have to fix that problems in Activision, 343 Studios, Bethesda, any issues you might have. You gotta let some people go who are not in your vision of what you want the game to be. That means because you don't want to make it the same bland game fire. No, if you do that, that's shit on you because you're just wasting everybody's time. Halo Infinite, the release in a so bad state. Halo 5 too as well too. It's hard to believe that the Halo games that ex fanboys cherished for so long now a lot of them are running from. Xbox fanboys are beginning not to champion Halo anymore. Because they're the game that they do have swagger, they do have rock and roll, coming out and doing stuff. Games like you can play. I'm playing Days Gone. Yeah, it's very boring games and you ride around a motorcycle. It's pretty fun when you get used to it and turn embracing into it. And play games like something like shit games like Cyberpunk 2077. Once again, an immersive game. Yeah, you have to be immersed to play it. You have to be feeling it to play it, right? Those things I understand. Halo is just a real simple arcade, run around, shoot, kill people, have fun doing it. But when you start acting like it's a joke to us or a joke to them, that's when you start seeing issues with people, issues in the gaming in general. There's a lot of noise going on. A lot of people, including fanboys, are being very unhappy with the studio's way of handling things. Maybe you give something else a try. Take three studios, put them on a project helping out with Doom or with something else, and give maybe id Software that's now owned by Bethesda, owned by Microsoft, and give them Halo. Hell, they created Doom. Halo's Doom. Hell, Halo's a Doom clone. They can make it even better. Won't make Halo great again, but at least they can make it better. Maybe make it mature, or it goes back to the mature roots. It's another thing to do though. Halo got all cutesy around Halo 5. Halo 5 and 4, Halo 5 and Infinite got a little too cutesy. Or can't curse words anymore. I'm like, what the hell kind of shit is this? It's adult rated games. No, it doesn't say EA for kiddies to play. It's a game that, it's a mature rated game. It always has been. All of a sudden now it's not because, oh my god, you have to appease everybody. And that's why I think it's really going downhill for Xbox. They're going to start losing Halo fans. They're going to start losing Gears of War fans. Start losing Horizon or Forza games fans. Start losing. They're going to be losing a lot of fans. Because Sony has best exclusives. They always have been. Because they can pump out the same game with a new name and then make tweak two things in the game and make like immaculate thing. They make the game they tweaked look like a damn work of art. Microsoft can with your studios go in there and tweak a whole game and look like garbage. It's not the graphics coat of paint. It's more than a coat of paint. You have to have immersive gameplay. You only have two. You just added King of the Hill. King of the Hill's been on the damn freaking Halo 3 since Halo 3 launched. King of the Hill has been a stable of Halo since I think Halo 2 got it in, but Halo 3 already got it. Halo 3 was the one that really had it. It was something new and fresh. Territories. These games, are good. Yes, they've been used before. But you have to understand, whatever my Xbox, you cannot. You can only slap two people. Two groups of people you can slap once and they forget. They forget you. One is gamers, and two is wrestling fans. Once you slap one respective entity that those two I mentioned gets slap people in the face, they do about face and they walk away. And they go play something else or go watch something else. They go play or go watch something else. That's what's going to happen, folks. Now, this is going to happen eventually. It has to. You have to have this shift eventually. And it's going to happen, I guarantee you. When and how much and how long it's going to take, I don't know. But it's going to happen eventually. And I think when it does happen, it's going to be ugly. for Xbox because they're gonna have all these IPs that the people are not gonna buy. Now, if Halo truly does fall and dies, it's a landmark occasion. It should be celebrated with a damn national anthem and a national day on the calendar. The day the 343 Studios killed Halo. And sneeze, guys. Sorry, dust and stuff. But with that being said, though, Halo Master Collection was a cluster of the game, but it got fixed. I don't think you could fix Halo Infinite enough time for people to care. People balky wool, they rushed it out to get to the date of Halo 2 anniversary. Okay, we understand, fine, understand that. You had years to work on this game. You released it before and it was terrible. You released it free multiplayer and that was pretty cool. But now the multiplayer is maybe for me it's being it's still but okay, I guess. And that's really bad. So this is my video, guys. Like, subscribe, notification, ring that bell so you know when it's available. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Once again, Christ169, my gamer tag on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network. I started trying PlayStation, but mostly on Steam. Christ is 1691 there. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.